Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fifth Meeple Board Game Podcast. We're a group of friends who offer our takes on the latest and greatest board games to hit our table. I'm your host, Chris, the intellectual introvert, and I'm joined today by the Collector.
Hey, this is David.
And the Deluxifier.
Hello, it's Pete.
In today's Mini Meeple episode, our questionable behavior has returned. I have once again put together 15 trivia questions about board games, and I'm going to challenge David and Pete, and you, the listener, to answer as many as you can. As usual, I have no idea if these are going to be too easy, too hard, or just right, but there's only one way to find out, so let's get into it. Now, guys, there's the theme to the questions, okay? And the hope here is that you won't need to have played certain games to be able to answer the questions or anything like that. The theme is mechanisms. Now, there's a book out there called Building Blocks of Tabletop Game Design, an encyclopedia of mechanisms. It's written by Jeffrey Engelstein and Isaac Shalev. My understanding is that this is the list of mechanisms that BGG eventually standardized on, and I thought it'd be fun to take their definitions and see if y'all could figure out what mechanism they're describing.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, so the way this is going to work, for each mechanism, I'm going to start by reading the definition of the mechanism, and you're going to write down what you think the answer is. But then I'll give you a couple of examples of games that use that mechanism, and then you can change your answer if you want to. However, if you get the answer without the hints, you're going to get 2 points. But if you get it with the game example hints, you're going to get 1 point. All right, before we start, I want you guys to know these mechanisms are not just actions. They could be game structure, they could be turn order, resolution, game end, all those kind of things. Okay, so just be thinking that way in your mind. Your brain's ready to go.
Not really,
I wish
but we'll do
Daniela
it.
was here, but yeah, let's go.
Okay, I think I'm starting out relatively easy, but we'll see. All right, here's the definition. Players select actions in turn order by placing a worker from their supply on a building associated with a specific action and then execute that action immediately. The round ends when all workers have been placed, at which point they return to their owner's pool and a new round begins.
Got my answer.
I have one. I have an answer.
All right, I will give you game examples. I'm guessing you don't need them here, but the game examples I have here are Lords of Waterdeep and Agricola, and you can change your answer if you want to.
It's farming? No, I'm just messing.
All right, so I'll start this time with David. What do you think the answer is?
Worker placement.
Worker placement. Pete.
I went with action selection.
Pete.
I
All right,
know.
the answer is standard worker placement. So,
I was thinking too hard.
You're thinking way too hard.
I
on the
overthought
gimme,
it.
David takes a lead already. Well, to make you feel a little better, Pete, in this book, there are 8 different worker placement variations included in the book. So this one was standard worker placement.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it was kind of a little bit more than that. But okay.
Yeah.
I'm just giving David a head start.
Yeah, well, you did that. So David's got, I assume, David, you did not use, that was your first
No.
answer. You didn't need the joke.
Yeah, that was it.
So, all right. So David's ahead 2-0 right off the bat. Pete, here you go. Chance to get on the board. Question number 2. The definition is a randomizer is used to determine how far to move a piece. The space landed on determines the action that a player can take. I can repeat that if you need. A randomizer of some sort is used to determine how far to move a piece. The space landed on determines the action or actions that a player can take.
Man, this is tricky. Action randomizer. All right.
Okay, I got an answer, but I'm cheating. So no, I'm just
You're
I'm not cheating. I wrote down 2 answers.
Pete, do you have an initial answer before I give you the
I have an
hints?
initial answer.
Okay, a couple of game examples that use this. A Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, and Candyland. And I'll add, those are ones that are listed in the book. I'll add another one. I will add Magical Athlete as a game that is more recent that uses this mechanism as well. So if you want to change your answer, go ahead and do that.
I think
I
I'm good.
have it. I'm good.
All right, I'll start with Pete this time.
All right. I'm going to go with movement.
All right,
I'm gonna go with. I had RNG, but I had dice rolling too because I didn't know what you
I
were
don't know
talking
what does
about.
RNG stand for.
Random number generator, but that's more of a
Okay.
computer code thing. So
It is roll and move.
Roll and
Roll
move.
and move.
Okay.
Roll and move. I'm not sure I can give that to either one of you guys.
I had
I don't
roll in
think
my
so.
answer.
I know. And I guess Pete had move in his. Oh, guys. Guys.
It's a wash.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a wash,
making it
but-
hard for you.
Yeah, well, here's a fact. I have a fact for most of these. The roll and move mechanism has been used in some of the oldest known games, including Senet and Backgammon. Don't be too
Nice.
amazed by those facts.
I think we should play like Stefan Feld, and we should each get a point.
All right, let's get me on the board.
All right, here we go, Pete. Here's the definition. This is question number 3. It's 2-0 still. The definition: players must decide between settling for existing gains or risking them all for further rewards.
Ooh.
Players need to decide settle for existing gains
I
or
got
risk
this
it all
one.
for further rewards.
Oh, keep talking so I can figure something out here.
I got
This is
it.
going to be.
Oh, don't put an answer up. Don't put.
No, this is my back of my card.
All
Listen, waitress.
Okay, the back of your
But
card.
I'm good. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah.
All right. I think I got this one.
Okay. I'm going to give you examples anyway, just in case you want to change your answer, Pete. Good examples here: Can't Stop, Ink and Gold, and Flip 7 are some example games that use this mechanism.
I got
All
this
right.
one.
You're both feeling comfortable and confident.
Yep.
David, what do you got?
We need a buzzer in here. Push your luck.
All right. Pete, what do you have?
I have push your luck, press your luck, push your luck.
Yes, it is Push Your Luck, which is also called Press Your Luck. Both of those are listed in the book, so you both get 2 points there. I'm assuming you guys did not need the help.
No. Can we name the games next time and get extra credit points?
Well, I didn't set up that way, but we'll see. Well, I was going to say we might need a tiebreaker, but now I'm not so sure with the slow
Well, you
start.
remember I'm playing, so you'll know because if I cross it out, then I've used my second chance.
Okay. Well, not everybody can see us, Pete, when they're listening. So,
Well,
all right. So, David, you have 4 points. Pete has 2. We're going to move on. Question number 4. A multi-session game in which permanent and irreversible changes to the game carry over from session to session.
well, I
So
like
it's a
this one.
multi-session game. Permanent and irreversible changes to the game state carry over from session to session.
Got it.
Got it.
Pete, you good?
I am
All right.
good.
Game examples: Gloomhaven and Charterstone are some examples if you want to change your answer.
No, I'm good with that.
And
one.
if not, Pete, what do you got?
All right, I have legacy games.
Pete goes with Legacy. David, what did
I
you
also
have?
go with legacy games. You kind of got me worried with the last one, so I'm thinking more campaign games, but we'll see.
It is Legacy game. Those are examples that they give. The first Legacy game was what? Do you guys know that? The very first Legacy game?
The-
I'm thinking, Pandemic Zero?
No.
it
I
wasn't.
don't know.
How do
it
you
might
think
be a
Pandemic Zero
pandemic,
was the
but I
first
don't think
Pandemic?
Zero.
Charterstone. No? I don't know.
Risk Legacy was the first Legacy game. Yeah, it was released by Hasbro in 2011. So Hasbro, of all companies, put out the first Legacy game.
How is Gloomhaven a legacy game?
You make changes.
Do you throw stuff away?
Yep, there are cards that when you're going through events, you're supposed to rip them up and get rid of them. There are some events that will keep recycling, and some you just take out of the game. And the symbol is actually shows a ripped up card. So
Interesting.
well, that Risk Legacy game, that game was sealed with a sticker that said, "What is done cannot be undone." And then everything else followed after that. What I have so far, David, you have 6 points. Pete has 4.
I'm catching up.
We will go on to question number 5. Well, I don't know about catching up, but you're
It's
at
like
least
a
hanging
point
in there.
salad.
Yeah. All right. Here's number 5. There are no turns. Players play as quickly as possible, subject to certain constraints until the game or phase is completed. Players play as quickly as possible, subject to certain constraints until the game or phase is completed.
See, just so people that are watching, I am Chinese, so I can't spell English words, but you'll get what I'm spelling. I don't know if I misspelled it, but yeah.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Well, I'm curious of your answer now. Pete, do you have a first pass answer?
I do not have a first pass answer, but I know what it is, but I can't find the
Okay.
word either.
Well, I'm going to give game examples, but I don't know if these game examples are going to help you any. The game examples from the book are Space Alert and Pit Crew.
What was the definition again?
I will give the definition again. There are no turns. Players play as quickly as possible, subject to certain constraints until the game or phase is completed.
I still like my answer.
Okay. Pete, do you at least have something written down?
I do have something written down.
All right. I'm going to go with David since he was so confident. What do you have
Okay.
first?
I have simultaneous play, but I can't spell, so.
All right. Pete, what do you have?
I agree with him. Simultaneous action.
All right. This mechanism that I'm describing as per the book is real time.
Real.
So
See, I was going to
real-time
put
game.
real time, but I don't think that that's actually a thing because in real time you could still have turns, just in real time.
There is.
That book is wrong.
Okay.
That book is wrong.
That book is not wrong. There are certain variations. Some of them do have turns. There's also a mechanism, for example, called punctuated real time, which is similar, except that it could be interrupted. Something happens and I say, okay, we're going to stop, going to do something, and then we'll go back into real time play. So the example there is Captain Sonar, where you're doing things, but then everybody's like,
Yeah.
stop, we're going to make a guess, things like that.
And that's why I didn't
All
put
right.
that.
Well, tough. I didn't write the book.
Who's the author of that book? I need to write him. I think he's wrong on this one.
Jeffrey Engelstein and Isaac Shalev. Actually, I think BGG adopted these mechanisms as, for the most part, what they have as their options to choose for mechanisms for each game. So
Oh, that's
it's kind of become the standard. So I'm using the 2020 edition. So maybe they've changed it since then, David, but it's like an $80 book, and I refuse to buy another copy.
$80 book? That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I got it for game design, and I don't do much design anymore, and so I'm not getting a newer copy.
I stumbled a little bit, but I'm staying with him. He's not getting away from me.
Yeah. 6-4. We're going to go on to number 6, though. Here's the definition. The available actions are represented as pie wedges on a circular track. Each player has one or more tokens on the wedges, and on their turn, they move the token around the track and perform the action indicated by the wedge where they stop. It's typically more costly to move further around the track.
Yeah. Is going to hurt my brain. Oh,
I know you guys know this term.
I got
It's
it.
just a matter of putting it with the definition.
yeah. I'm trying to find the word.
You'll know it when you hear it, and you'll be.
I know I'll know it when I hear it. All right, give me a clue while I'm thinking.
All right. Well, if I give you a clue, it's going to knock you down to 1 point. I know David's
That's all
ready there.
right.
He's just sitting
That's
there
all
waiting to
right.
take a bigger lead. Here's your examples: Woodcraft and First in Flight.
First in Flight? I don't know. I've never played that game, but I didn't know that it had this in there.
Yeah, I got it.
Second guessing my answer, but
I got it.
Well, David, do you want to keep your answer or you want to change it?
yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
He needs to
'cause
change it.
Pete's pretty confident now.
I'm confident. I
Go-
found the word.
I'm going to go with you first. Go ahead.
Rondell.
Rondell is correct. Was that after the hint though, Pete?
That was, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I have as
David,
well. Yep,
you do.
I have the same thing.
And that was for the full points, David.
Oh, man.
Well, Pete, you're dropping back. It is a rondel. So David earns 2 points to go to 8. Pete earns 1 point to go to 5. I still think maybe you guys are doing better than on some past ones. So that's a good
For
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
They have that mechanic though in First in Flight. I did not know that. I thought it was just
Yeah.
cards.
No, you go around and you can never go backwards. So you're constantly going around.
I was thinking more like Barrage or something where it's like an action selection rondelle wheel or like what's the other game we just played? The one that Danielle likes so much.
Black Forest.
Black Forest.
Yeah.
But
We'll move on here. We're almost halfway through. Still a tight game. Here's the definition. One player divides a set of resources into different groups, and the other players have first choice of which group to select.
Got this one.
I got it as well. I think.
All right. Some examples are New York Slice and San Marco. I have never played either of those.
I'm ready.
Sticking
Yep.
with your answers?
Yep.
All right, David, what do you got?
I said it's an I split or I cut and you choose.
All right, Pete,
I pick, you choose.
I pick, you choose. I will give you that one. It is I cut, you
Split.
choose. So that is correct. Yep. So David and Pete both earn the points. We are at 10-7 at almost the halfway point. And by the way, they will start getting a little bit tougher, but not quite yet.
Great.
I know. I am kind of curious. This is again. I wasn't sure how it's going to be because it sounds easy when you have the answer and then it gives the definition. You can say, okay, I can see how that would be. But when you're just getting the definition to be able to put that back, I was curious how that would work out. So
I like multiple choice, but that's good. I like this.
yeah, I felt like multiple choice would be too easy here. All right, here's the next one. This is number 8. Movement is based on the number of units at the starting location, and that's the entire definition. Movement is based on the number of units
Got
at the
it.
starting location. Pete is confident.
Yes, I am.
David,
Time's
do
up.
you have an answer?
I have no clue. Makes no sense.
It will when you hear it. All right, well, I'm going to give you a clue. However, my clue is that I can't give you the best example of a game
I
here
know it. Yeah,
because
that's
that
true.
would give away the name of the mechanism. I'll read the mechanism
even
for you
dumber.
again, David. Well, it'll make sense when you know. It'll make sense when you hear it. Movement is based on the number of units at the starting location.
Very old game.
Come on, Pete. Help yourself out here. Don't give too many clues, but it is. Yes.
I'm too nice.
David, do you have some kind of answer, or do you think you'll come up with one?
I think these guys are full of it, but I have no answer. I don't care.
It's actually a pretty well-written book. David does not have an answer. Pete,
Mancala.
it is Mancala.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Mancala?
No. Mancala? What the heck is a Mancala?
Well, let me tell you, David. The Mancala mechanism stems from a family of games from Africa, most notably the game called, what, Pete?
Mancala.
Named Mancala. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
yes, it
mechanism
is.
was named after that game.
Usually you have
I don't-
stones and
There's
you
no-
take the number of stones and you drop one each spot.
But there's not a single other game. Yeah, there's not a single other game that uses this mechanism besides that one. You couldn't give me any other examples?
There is it's got camels in it. What's that one called? Pick up your camels and you move them and
Keep going. I want to hear if you finally figure this out, Pete. I want to see how you're
I don't think
Do you-
this
do you
book
know
was
what it
ever
is?
translated into Chinese because I've
Well,
not
no,
heard
I'm
of
sure
this.
it's not Arabian Nights. It's something like that.
What I have is, here's some other examples from the book. Downfall of Pompeii, Finca, and Theseus, the Dark Orbit. Those are the
No, that
examples.
was
I didn't
one of
think any of those would help you. I thought the most helpful would be Mancala, and just me telling you I couldn't say it. That's from the year 700. Mancala was invented.
Yeah, I knew it was very old.
It must not be very collectible.
No, it's. I mean, you can go to Walmart and buy Mancala. It's, and you could do that
It's a
before board
Walmart
games.
game. And no wonder I don't know it. I'm just messing.
No, it's. I mean, literally, I remember before board games exploded, you could go and get Mancala. That was a game that was always there. All right, well, hey, it just got tight after 8, which is just past the halfway point. David has 10, and Pete has 9. So it just got really tight. Mancala is going to be the key to Pete's success here, maybe. We'll go on to question number 9. Multiple players may occupy a space and gain benefits based on their proportional presence in that space.
This one's easy.
Make sure you listen to the specifics and realize this book has a bunch of variations, so you got to get the right one. Multiple players may occupy a space and gain benefits based on their proportional presence in the space.
Yeah, I can't think of what you would call that. I know a good game that has it that we've played many times. David, you got one in? You got one down?
Yeah, I got the answer down. I don't know if it's going to be the specific one that they're looking for since they use interesting English words, but we'll go.
I will tell you it needs to be the specific one because there are 8 different variations of the generic one, and this is one of those specific variations. But
I can't think of
game
what it's called.
examples. All right, well, you ready for the examples then? That are probably at least one of them is what you're thinking of, Pete. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead. Give me the example that you think I'm going to give you.
It would shoot. It's over
You
there.
can't even remember that now.
No, it's right there. Architects of the West Kingdom.
Oh, that was not what I was thinking. So the game
No.
example is El Grande. El Grande
right,
is
I
the
got a
main
0.
example for us. Well, we haven't given given the answer yet. The game examples are El Grande and Twilight Struggle.
El Grande and Twilight's. Okay. I got it.
You sticking with your answer, David?
Yeah, I don't care if I'm wrong.
All
So
right, I
I'm
think
going
I
to
got
stick
it.
with it.
All right. Again, multiple players may occupy a space and gain benefits based on their proportional presence in the space. Pete, what did you end up with?
I went with majority control.
Okay. David, what do you have?
I just went with area control.
Okay, the answer is area majority. You guys are killing me on how to rule on this one. There are 8 different types of area control, including absolute control, area majority, troop types, territory and regions, etc. This is area majority. Area control is general. Area majority is different people are in there, but you get it based on how much is in there. Pete, you said majority control.
Mm-hmm. You're going to split it for
And
each
David,
of us?
you
Just
said
one?
area control. I think I'm just going to give you each a point because I don't know how to rule that.
I think that's fair.
As David has pointed
I
out,
wanna
there's,
bring
there's a
these
lot of
authors-
idiosyncrasy.
I want to
here.
bring these authors on our show.
These guys are actually very well known. They're
I don't
very well
care.
known in the game design
bring-
community.
I would love them to come on the show and talk to the average Joe.
All right. After 9, David, you're at 11. Pete's at 10.
Okay. Still in it.
Still in it.
Still in it.
Okay, this one is doable, I think. Players have formal relationships that may change over the course of the game. Players have formal relationships that may change over the course of the game.
I got an answer, but probably won't be the right one.
Pete, how are you doing?
Probably
I think
only
that
gonna
tells
get
me what
half
I
of
need
it.
to know. So
Yeah.
you're going to get half of it? I would be surprised if you get half of this.
All right, well, maybe when you give me a hint,
Okay, here's your hints then.
I can come up with
It's
something.
going to be diplomacy.
Actually, it's not diplomacy. This is where we get into the idiosyncrasies, David. I think diplomacy is an example of a different one. But game examples listed here, Dune, the 1979 version, and Cosmic Encounter.
Right.
I'm still going to keep my answer.
I'm going to read it again. I'm going to stress some key pieces. Players have formal relationships that may change over the course of the game. So these are formal relationships. Dune and Cosmic Encounter are the examples. David's sticking with his answer. Pete's still struggling.
It's still my first answer, so.
All right. David, you were
right.
quite confident. What do you have?
Yeah.
I don't. I have shifting alliances or legions.
Pete, what do you have?
I went role-based.
Okay, that's pretty generic. I'm going to give it to David. The answer is alliances. It is
Alliances.
I had
alliances.
alliances that's what I wrote, but then because it's been so tricky, I had to put a disclaimer on top of it.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
that's why I'm going to give it to you. The thing that I thought you might have been thinking was there's a similar mechanism called negotiation, but in that case, agreements are informal and they can be made or broken at will. So you don't have to follow. If it's just negotiations, you can lie, you can break, your promises. In alliances, if you make an alliance, you have to act a certain way. All right, so after 10, 13
Slipping
for
and
David.
sliding away.
Yep, 10 for Pete, 13 for David. You're still in it though, Pete. These last couple especially.
Yeah.
If you
gonna be tough.
know it, if you know these last ones,
You'll know it.
chances are the other person is not going to.
Okay.
And this is, I think, where they start to get iffy. Although I think you guys can get this one. This is a long definition. I'm only going to read it once because it's so long. A simultaneous single bid system in which the lot starts at a very high price and then is gradually decreased by the auctioneer until someone agrees to claim the item at its current price, which ends the auction. The first bidder to accept the price is the winner, so there's no ties. So basically, something's available at a certain price. That price, by some means, either an auctioneer or some other mechanism, will decrease and decrease and decrease until someone takes it, and that person gets it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the different kinds of auctions there are. I'm trying to think of what this one is called. Do you know what it is, David?
I have an answer, but I don't know. I'll write down the word that I think it is, but I don't know. I have two words in my head, but I don't know if they mean the same thing or not. I will just.
Pete, do you have
put
at least
them
some
both.
answer?
I'm gonna go.
I don't think my examples are going to help you necessarily, but I've got a
Probably
couple
not.
examples. All right, here's your examples.
Yep.
Suburbia and Through the Ages are the examples. If you've played either of those.
I have Through the Ages. I'm waiting to play that one. That's
Yeah.
going to be a good
I still
one.
don't know if that would help you know the name of the mechanism, though. Do you guys have locked in answers?
Yeah,
I have a bad answer, but you want me to go first, David?
sure.
Well, David, I will also say, David, before we reveal answers, that when we were at Protospiel, I can't remember the guy's name,
Yeah,
but there was a
what
guy
it
who had a
is,
game
I
there.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you guys should go to Protospiel, Pete.
No.
I got a Dutch auction.
All right, Pete, what do you have?
Yeah, I got lowest bidder. Dutch auction, I think is correct.
Nope,
now that
it
you
is
said
the Dutch auction. Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct. Well done, David. I didn't know if anybody would get that one.
Is that the same thing as a reverse auction?
No, it's also called a one-bid auction.
One bid auction. Okay, got it. Shout out to Brandon who makes games like that from Protospiel.
Well
there
done,
are
David.
16 different auctions
I know
listed
there's
in this book, and reverse auction is a separate one, David. It does have its
Got
own
it.
listing there. So you picked the right one. Pete. So Pete's at 10, David's at 15. The Dutch auction, by the way, here's your little fun fact. The Dutch auction was invented in 17th century Holland to manage the sale and trade of tulip bulbs that arrived in Holland via the Ottoman Empire. Does anybody really care? But the nice thing
No.
about that is it maximizes the price at which something's sold, because you're like, hey, if I'm not the first one to go for it, I'll never get it, right? Because you can't outbid someone. So I think another place you see the Dutch auction, by the way, in a slightly different form, is like when we're playing Century Spice Road or Century Golem, where something costs a certain amount, but as time goes on, it moves down into a different slot. It becomes cheaper and cheaper and cheaper until someone's willing to buy that. So that's another variation of the Dutch auction there.
Got it.
All right, Pete, this is where you got to go for it.
I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna step it
All
up
right.
here.
All right, here we go. The definition, number 12. The game has a fixed and known victory condition, plus a special variable condition that ends the game prematurely. What we're really looking for is that special variable condition that ends the game prematurely.
Just
So
like
it
in
wouldn't-
Vindication.
I don't even remember. All I know is we were trying to find it. We were trying to find that thing that would end it quickly.
All right, let's see. What
I don't think my answer is
I don't
right
know.
because I think it's too simple, but it is what it is.
I will say that the mechanism had two names listed, one of which would be the more simpler and common term. So it still may be right, David. Pete, I hear you
I'm
writing
writing
something
one down here. Hang on.
Jeez Louise, Pete, what are you writing down?
I'm writing a book.
I know, he's writing his own definition, too, to go along with it.
Smart, Pete. I like it.
All right.
All right, Pete, game examples, in case you want to change your answer. Seven Wonders Duel and Sea Salt and Paper.
Sea Salt and Paper. I knew that one. I was also going to say Space Base.
I haven't
But
played
you
that
haven't
yet,
played
so I
that
don't
yet,
know.
Chris. I said instant win condition. I don't know if that's right.
I had alternate win condition.
All right, the mechanism is called Circuit Breaker or Sudden Death. So I am
Swing and a
unable to
miss.
grant that to anybody. Sudden Death.
I don't think anybody's ever called it.
Well, Jeffrey Engelstein and Isaac Shalev have called it that officially.
I need them on the podcast.
Yeah, hey, maybe we'll have them on the podcast someday and say, hey, we need to
They
talk
need
to you
to
about this
revise
book.
the edition.
Yeah. Well, again, there is one out there. I'm not paying for it. But they do note,
Yeah,
He
go
did
ahead.
Ludology, a podcast for a long time.
I was going to say, when you get the 4 mermaids and Sea Salt and Paper, that's just an instant win condition. I'm pretty sure that's how it states it in the rule book, too. But
okay,
maybe
but
not.
That's not in the encyclopedia here, the building blocks of game design.
I'm just saying. Terrible.
Winning isn't enough for you, is it?
I'm going to lob a formal protest.
He's trying to double you up, Pete. It does note that, hey, from a game design standpoint, sudden death can be used for two reasons. One is to help end a game if a player is really far in front. It's just, hey, someone gets ahead by a certain amount, it just ends. Or for an alternate way, and I think this is the type that you prefer, David, is that, hey, it gives someone a different way to win, even if someone's way behind, like in Sea Salt and Paper, you get those 4 mermaids, you automatically win no matter what. So
Yes, Space Base has another condition like that. Like you have to hit like a 12 randomly. You have this other card, and you could instantly beat everybody on the table, no matter how far behind you are. I like that mechanic. It's a good mechanic.
yeah, I figured you would. I know you've brought that up several times of liking that, hey, you're never out of it kind of thing.
Yep.
All right, Pete, you got to make your move now. It's 15-10. David's in the lead. Here's the definition. Players are trying to surround pieces or key areas. That's it. That's it. Players are trying to surround pieces or key areas.
This is tough.
Don't overthink this one. Don't overthink this one. He named it in a way that would make sense.
Are you sure?
Once you hear it, it'll make sense. You're like, well, yeah, duh. But because that's the thing. The guy got to choose what he called each one, right? So does anybody have an answer?
I wrote one
do,
down.
but I keep going back and forth. I have 2
Okay.
words in my head, but I don't know if they're the same thing or not, like always.
Your example, these are hard. So if you have 2 answers, do something/something, and I'll see if I'll give it to you. But the game examples are Go and Through the Desert uses this mechanism as well. Go and Through the Desert. I'm assuming nobody wants to change their answer.
Wait a sec.
No.
Read the definition again.
Yeah.
Now I'm more curious.
Players are trying to surround pieces or key areas.
All right. I'm going to change my answer.
I'm just going to write down both of my answers with a slash.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah,
Sure.
Pete, what do you got? This is for 1 point for Pete.
Capture.
Okay. And David, what do you want to call
I
it?
also had siege and capture. That's what I was originally thinking.
My first one was restrict movement, but
That was definitely not it.
so I changed.
Definitely not it.
I love it, Pete.
It was actually called Enclosure.
Enclosure. Makes sense.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I think both of you guys has made sense as an answer, but tough. That wasn't it. So 0 points. I mentioned Go was one of the ones that used this. Anybody have any idea when Go was invented?
Go.
My people play it a lot, but I do not. I'm going to say a long time ago. A
You
long,
would be
long
right.
time ago.
I have no idea.
Somewhere around 2200 BC is when it was invented. So old game.
Haven't played it.
I haven't
me
either.
either.
I think Othello is kind of semi-similar, but I don't even know if it is. David, you haven't played Go?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind is
It's a game you
Othello.
could buy at Walmart. I don't play it. No, I'm just messing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's a thinking game. But all right, we're going to go on to question number 14. If one of you gets this, I will be very impressed. But I'm going to give it to you anyway. And I'll explain it to you once I explain it to you, it'll make sense. But players contribute toward completing a task, but only the player who finally completes it gets a benefit. So there may be a bunch of people contributing to something happening, but only the one that actually finishes the job gets the credit or the bonus or the benefit. I will also tell you that the name comes from video games.
Name comes from video games.
Yeah. Well, maybe that won't help you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you probably throw me off.
But I do know it's.
scent.
I got
I
an
probably should've
answer. It's
said-
not right, but I got an answer.
Oh,
Pete,
man.
Can you even
I
think of
haven't
anything to
anything
write
yet.
down?
What was the question again? One more time.
Players contribute toward completing a task, but only the player who finally completes it gets a benefit.
Yeah, I got nothing. Give me a hint.
I'll give you 2 games. I don't know if you've ever played either one of them. Cutthroat Caverns and Space Freaks.
You know, I haven't played either one of those.
Yeah. In my opinion, this was not listed in the book, but in my opinion, there's also a taste of this in Gloomhaven, where, hey, you all might be pounding on a certain monster, but only the one who puts the death blow on it gets a credit for the kill. And by by what I just said there, I kind of gave you a little bit of a hint as well.
Yeah, I can't think of the word though.
I
know what
just
you're
got a
talking
word
about,
there.
but
All right.
go ahead.
Go ahead, David. You go first.
I just said completion. The completionist.
I went with treasure. I got treasure.
It is called a kill steal.
Kill steal. Okay.
A kill steal. And as I mentioned, it originated in video games where only the player dealing that last blow gets credit for the kill. So you're like stealing the credit
Yeah.
for the kill. It's a kill steal.
Gotcha.
0-0 on that one as well. 15-10. But Pete, redeem yourself here. And
All right.
again, if you get this, I will be impressed. But maybe you
It's
know
worth
it from
5
some
points
other
if I win
aspect. I don't know if
Okay.
it'll matter. This is a tough one. Each player has a choice between cooperating or defecting. The total payoff is maximized if both players cooperate, but if one defects and the other cooperates, the defector will score more individual points.
This is one of those games that people play against each other. It's called the
I got it.
Don't say it
what's
out loud,
it called?
man.
I
say
I think
know.
I got it.
I got it.
I think I got it.
All right,
too.
you both said you have
Maybe.
an answer. I'm going to give you examples: diplomacy and ink and gold as well.
Yeah, I
certain
thought
form.
ink and gold. Yeah.
Oh, I might not have it anymore. I don't like those 2 examples.
All right. Go ahead, David, first then.
I have Mexican prison standoff.
Yeah, man, you're close.
What do you got, Pete?
Prisoner's Dilemma.
It is exactly Prisoner's Dilemma. That is
Yes.
exactly what it is. Was that before or after the examples, Pete? That was before,
No,
right?
I knew it before.
Yeah.
I was trying to
That's
think
the
of what
same
the
thing that this is. This translates over. I don't understand.
It's the official name. It's the official name. The more culturally
Dilemma.
sensitive.
This is the street name.
I was going to say, this is the culturally sensitive name, David. It's Prisoner's
terrible.
All
Dilemma.
right. I feel better. I answered the last one. Oh,
Well, that
I'm
was
not too
actually,
much of an idiot.
I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed with that, Pete.
thank you.
But it wasn't enough, Pete. It wasn't enough.
I
David
know.
had 15. Pete had 12. I think you both did pretty well in that. I think that was tough. I would have liked to have experienced the other side of that.
Worker placement is my favorite mechanic, and I fumbled that one.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts before we close it out? How did I do? Was it too hard? Was it too easy?
No, it was good. I like it. It's amazing how we talk a lot about the different game mechanics as we're playing games, and you can incorporate so many of these mechanics into a game in so many different ways. And sometimes you don't, some of the common ones we really remember what they are, but these off the wall or corner cases, it's important to have that distinction so you can really clarify what those are. Do we always know the name of it? Absolutely not. Do we know what it is? Just like I said, I knew that Prisoner's Dilemma. There's one thing is the carrot in the box. It's kind of like it's either yes or no, and it's pretty funny. But no, it was good to go over these mechanics. I should have got the first one. I really overthought it. I wasn't expecting that much of a softball on the first answer. I'm gonna slam you guys when I do my trivia.
Start you off soft, right?
I tell you, the guy who loves worker placement the best. Yeah,
I know he didn't get worker placement, and then he's always correcting us whenever we say area control. He goes, "No, it's actually area majority, guys," and he didn't get that one when I brought it up. I thought, okay, this is a gimme for Pete. But yeah, this book is pretty. This book is pretty detailed. Like for turn order and structure, 17 different mechanisms, 18 for actions, 22 for resolution of how something happens, and there's I don't know. 13 different categories, each with a pretty significant number of mechanisms. So I figured I could get 15 questions out of that.
No, that was good. I really appreciate it. Thanks for making the questions and giving us an opportunity. I'd be curious on how some of our listeners did if they were playing along. It is harder than it looks when you're trying to answer these off the cuff. So listening to the podcast afterwards, I'm sure there's people beating on their phones and stuff like that, saying, "God, how do you not know that answer?"
I'm sure they are, but you're right. It's like when you're put on the spot, especially when you know you're being recorded. So
yeah,
there's an argument to be made that worker placement is just action selection, but it's all good.
Maybe that will be a subject of a future podcast. We'll see,
or a future discussion topic.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of this mini episode of the Fifth Meeple Board Game Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our trivia challenge and would invite you to also try out our previous trivia episodes as well if you did. We'd also love to hear from you by emailing us at thefifthmeeple@gmail.com or reaching out to us on social media. Of course, we'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button too. And thanks again to you, the listener. Until next time, may all of your problems be trivial ones. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Adios, amigos.